Today we are going to go over some of the specifications, setting up, and running of the TEK feeder. The TEK feeder has a capacity to feed 25 calves. The feeding station can hold one calf at a time. The capacity of the hopper is 25 pounds. The capacity of the water tank is 2.5 gallons. The current rating is 110 volts, 1500 watts. The power requirement is 15 amps. The TEK feeder is 17 by 19 by 28. Your TEK should be set up in a sheltered area such as a barn or a shed. The TEK needs access to cold water, electricity, and proper drainage for cleaning. The feeding stall should be no further than 3 feet from the feeder and should be securely attached to a wall or a fence. When placing your TEK, you will need to access both sides of the feeder. If using more than one feeder, ear tag readers must be at least 4 feet apart. Once you have finished installing your feeder and station, you are ready to calibrate and program your feeder. Start by connecting the water line to the back of your feeder and opening the faucet. Make sure there are no leaks from the hose or fittings. Before plugging into power, make sure that the thermostat knob is set to 0 degrees. This is very important because the heating element will break if it is not connected to the water when it is turned on. Attach one end of the nipple tubing onto the mixing bowl outlet and the other end to the white connector on the nipple in the station. Turn on-off switch to off and plug in the feeder to power. The control panel will light up and the water tank will start to fill with water. When the water tank is full, make sure that there are no foreign materials inside the powder hopper bowl. Begin to fill the powder hopper bowl. After filling the powder and water, turn the powder rinse switch to rinse and press the 8 key on the computer control board to access the manual mode. The TEK mixing bowl should fill with water and stop when the bowl is full. Drain the water through the nipple tubing until there is no longer water touching the sensor probe. The feeder should turn back on every time the bowl is empty when in manual mode. Press the 8 key to exit manual mode. The TEK feeder runs off of a 24-hour internal clock. To set up the clock, press the option 9 on the keypad. In the option menu, press the number 2 key to access the clock. Once in the clock, press the 1 key to change the time. The TEK feeder clock runs just like military time, ranging from 0000 to 23:59. Enter in your desired hour, then press pound and enter in your desired minute, then press pound again. To calibrate the TEK feeder, you first want to decide the concentration of the milk and the size of the mixings in each bowl. For example, if we want to give a concentration of 4 ounces per quart and a max size of 1 pint, we will need 2 ounces of powder per pint. There are 2 pints in 1 quart. First, we have to calibrate the powder. To calibrate the powder, hold a cup underneath the powder outlet and go into option 7 on the computer. Once in option 7, press 1 to run the powder and water motor. The powder will stop after count of 44. Weigh the powder, and if more is needed, increase the number on the screen. If less is needed, decrease the number on the screen. Next, we will have to calibrate the water. Turn the powder rinse switch to rinse and enter the options 7 and 1 again in the computer. Allow the mixing bowl to fill with water. Do not change the powder water motor runtime or the powder amount will change. Pour the water into a measuring cup. If you have more than 1 pint of water, turn the concentration knob clockwise. If you have less than 1 pint of water, turn the concentration knob counterclockwise. Repeat this last step until the amount of water is correct. Before a calf can drink from the feeder, it must have an ID tag. You have to first give each tag a number so the computer knows which calf is in the feeding station and how much to give each calf. To add a tag to the computer, press the option 5 key on the keypad. The display screen will ask you to scan the ear tag that you are wanting to add to the computer. Place the ear tag in the feeding station next to the reader. The reader will identify the ear tag. Next, the computer will ask you for a reference number for the calf. You can program numbers 1 through 25. You can set up the quantity of milk per calf by setting the number of mixings the feeder will mix per day per calf. To change the number of mixings, enter option 2. In option 2, the screen will ask which ear tag you want to work with. If you want to change all of the ear tags at one time, you'll want to enter in 99. For our example, you'll want to enter in 5 to work with calf number 5. There are 8 pints per gallon, so calf number 5 will need to drink 8 mixings per day. The computer will take 24 hours divided by the number of mixings to know when the calf can drink. For this example, calf 5 can drink 1 pint every 3 hours. If the calf doesn't drink its mixings or credit during the time, the credits will carry over to the next hour. If the calf doesn't come to drink for a long time, the number of credits become important. If the number of credits are bigger, the computer will automatically reduce to 4 so the calf cannot overdrink. The auto-wean program is used to decrease the amount of milk given to the calf per day when the calf reaches an age when milk replacer is no longer used. To use this function, enter option 6 on the keyboard. Once in option 6, enter the desired calf number, then press pound. The auto-wean program will decrease the amount of mixings the calf is given per day by 1 until only 1 mixing is left. Once there, it will stay at 1 mixing until programmed differently. It is important to thoroughly clean and maintain your machine daily. Clean the bowl, nipple hose, nipples, and nipple plates daily. Press option 8 on the keypad to enter manual mode for cleaning. Disconnect the nipple tubing from the nipple connector. Turn the powder switch to rinse and allow warm water to circulate in the mixing bowl. Drain wastewater into another container. All parts exposed to the liquid milk substitute should be thoroughly cleaned and rinsed. Turn off the main switch before removing the bottom part of the mixing bowl cover. Then clean the bowl and the bowl covers with a soft sponge or brush. Don't forget to clean the agitator blade of excess milk buildup. Do not wash the panel board or the computer with water. You could run the risk of a short circuit. Thank you for buying your TEK Calf Feeder.